Spiritual development is a process. It is not a one-off event. It is a process to unfold an individual's supersensory faculties and latent spiritual powers. Once that is done, through that, the individual can do the following among others. He or she knows the arts and crafts and can apply the laws of nature appropriately. The individual can do that. And he or she can enter into the higher worlds and function consciously. That is what spiritual development seeks to do. What are the types of spiritual development? Basically, there are two types of spiritual development. The positive voluntary development and negative involuntary development. Now, we need to clarify this. When we say negative involuntary spiritual development, we are not condemning practitioners. Neither do we say the practice is wrong or bad. Ours on this channel is to provide information for the individual to appreciate and make a choice. Why spiritual development? This is the answer. The pilgrimage of the Spirit commences in the world of God through matter so that the Spirit can gain experience and become, first, a creative intelligence, and second, add value to the Godhead. So we human beings, as spirits, have reached the lowest point of the material worlds. We cannot go down any further. The material lessons have been learned or are being learned. Half of the pilgrimage through matter has been completed. And the job now is to go back to the world of God. So you can see clearly that our job now as human beings is to work on our spiritual vehicles. Importantly, the physical world will come to an end. It will disintegrate, starting with the chemical region. In that regard, the Earth planet, our planet, this planet is undergoing changes towards that day. Some people joke about it when it is said that the Earth planet is undergoing changes towards that end. But when you look at science, it gives us indications that things are changing. For example, we are running out of life-sustaining gases, including hydrogen and nitrogen. And these are very important gases. Carbon dioxide is also on the increase. Are we having enough fresh water? It's dwindling. How about the ozone layer? It is depleting very fast. And it is said, between 7 and 8 billion years from now, the sun will burn out its energy. It means the sun will die. Somebody will say, oh, but when that happens, billion years to come, no more here. No. If you have an appreciation of the spiritual world and how you are connected, you wouldn't say so. There is more to it. To this end, if you read 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 6, it is written there, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished. And when you go to verse 7, but the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment, a perdition of ungodly men. If you go to verse 10, it reads, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also, and the works that are therein, shall be burned up. So definitely, this Earth planet will be transformed into an etheric one. What is the importance of spiritual development? What is the importance? Beyond the chemical region of the physical world, the next phase of the pilgrimage of the spirit is to regain the spiritual world consciously. And it is only those who qualify who can enter into the etheric region consciously. Spiritual development, therefore, enables the individual to develop the appropriate faculties to operate in the higher worlds. Let us take note. Just as the spirit used the material bodies for its descent through the material worlds to gain self-consciousness, so shall it use the spiritual body or soul body consciously for its upwards spiral progression through the spiritual worlds. It means we're not going to use this physical body. It is the extract that we are going to use. And that extract is the soul body or the spiritual body. What are the characteristics of that spiritual body or soul body? The soul body or the spiritual body needs neither food, as we know it now, nor shelter, nor sleep. It doesn't need it. It doesn't need them. It knows no disease, sorrow, or death compared to what we have now as regards to the dense body. And this is the other one. It is superior to the four elements. The spiritual body or the soul body is superior to the four elements, which means that the four elements cannot defeat it. It can go through them. You're talking about solids or earth, liquid or water, gas or air, and fire. The soul body can go through them. And also, magnificently, it can materialize in a dense form and also dissolve itself. That is one very important quality of the soul body we are talking about, that it can materialize into dense body just as we are in this dense body, and it can also dissolve. That is what the spiritual body can do. We will talk more about the soul body as soon as permissible on this channel. As soon as possible, we will talk about it so that people will know that the soul that we talk about eventually leads to the building of the soul body. And it is the soul body that we are going to use consciously to travel through the spiritual worlds.